So, good day everyone. I just want to share to you about effective teaching online, especially at present since in education we are adapting the online learning. Because inside digital learning, ask for authors of books about online education for their expert advice on how instructors in their institutions can excel in virtual course instruction. The authors agreed that the online classroom is different enough from the traditional one that faculty members in adjuncts need to create courses for digital delivery that are substantially different from those they teach on campus. And they said teaching online requires an event keener focus on students' engagement than the face-to-face model does. Actually, years ago, we used to say that danger of online courses was they were just going to become electronic correspondence na courses based on Rita Marie Conrad, who along with Judith Boychers, who wrote the online teaching survival guide. That's still a danger as each new wave of instructors comes into environment. There is still that misunderstanding that this is a new environment. However, institutions and professors should be encouraging residential students to take classes online. Don't provide an online experience to every undergraduate students, but we're doing them as disservice, said Elliot King, the co-author of Best Practices in Online Program Development and the upcoming Best Practices in Planning Strategically for Online Education. More and more, employers are offering professional development courses online, and he noted that learning online is different from face-to-face and graduates won't have any experience. If the college wants students to be lifelong learners, give them the opportunity to take virtual courses. In addition to that, of course, uh, we have also a book entitled Essentials of Online Course Design and Essential of Online Learning series. I will give you the author top tips to creating engaging and successful online education. Number one, of course, make it a group effort. Because we believe that individual commitment to a group effort, that what makes a teamwork, a company work, a society work, and civilization work, mentioned by Vince Lombardi. Now, even an instructor who has taught the same courses dozens of times is an on-campus classroom will spend many extra hours figuring out how to teach it online. Uh, of course, so colleges and universities should offer them some sort of compensation like a lighter teaching load the first semester or extra pay. In addition, faculty members need training in how to design and teach an online course. To open, faculty try to lay the technology on top of the face-to-face course, and that does not work well. It doesn't work for the students and it doesn't work for the faculty. Number two, of course, focus on active learning. Instructors often rely on long lectures to fill the time in a traditional class meeting, but even the most dynamic lecturers cannot get away with that online. To engage students who are not in the room during a lesson, the course should mix sparks of discussion, collaborations, video and audio clips, and hands-on exercises with text and possibly brief video lectures. Okay. It's not a lecture classroom online. It's an active learning classroom online. And this blend of teaching and learning tools is new to many professors who have not created active learning environments in their face-to-face classrooms. Number three, chunk the lessons. And take note, we have three steps to content chunking, right? Of course, and we need to observe the best practices chunks. Because long lectures probably aren't the best way to engage a face-to-face class and are even more ineffective online. An e-learning consultant and former chair of the English language department mentioned that the student should be engaged, so no pages of text or an hour-long video. She recommended presenting information in 10-minute chunks and agreed with other authors about the importance of varying the format. It is also suggested designing lessons with ample white space, breaking up text with photographs so students can see examples of what is in the next, and incorporating color into section titles. Number 4, keep group sizes small as possible, because we need to consider the think, pair, share. Okay? The round 1, the round 2, and round 3. So round 1 think, round 2 pair, and round 3 share. In a traditional classroom or lecture, some students never participate in discussion or ask questions, usually because they are either shy or not engaged. Online, academic, of course, that participation is required but can be equally intimidating if students are expected to engage with, of course, dozens of classmates. It is also recommended a cap of 20 to 30 students in online classes, and he has advised professor to break those students into groups of no more than 10 for purpose of discussions, collaboration, peer critics, and group activities. It's much easier for them to coordinate their time when there are fewer students. Everyone has to participate, but the barriers go down because they're only participating with 10 students. Number 5, of course, is be present. Listen and be present. So we have here of course, the enthusiasm, the creativity, effectiveness, empathy, passion, resilience, passionate commitment, and so on. Now, no matter where teaching and learning take place, the importance of the faculty member being there and being mentally present with the student is the most important thing they can do. Of course, that doesn't mean simply responding to questions that the student post online. Instructors should have a social presence in their online classrooms and encourage students to do the same. It is also suggested that faculty members post their bios in the classroom and also do some cocktail party sharing by telling students which books they are reading and the topic of their research. They also can post photos of themselves working on their laptops at a coffee shop or mention something interesting that happened over the weekend. Students should have a well-rounded idea of who or their professors are as people. Number 6, parse your time. Of course, you need to manage your time uh, fully. Okay? So all the authors agreed based on the research that instructor presence is critical to student success in a virtual class. Still noted, online courses can really consume you. I know this from experience. Again, responding to every discussion board posted by every student in an online class will crush you. Manage your time in a reasonable way. Don't be available 24 by 7. Don't turn your class into a one-on-one interaction with 30 students. Institutions think a faculty member needs to respond to everything each student posts online. That's not the way it is. The one who said picks and chooses what responds to. Noted that if the instructor comments on every post, students tend to write their posts for the instructor and not for the other students. Online discussions should be between students. Still, the instructor cannot simply let a course run itself. You're there as much as you are in a regular classroom, but that doesn't mean you're in the course by 24/7 and pick and choose where you insert your voice. Number seven, and of course, the last tip, no, that I will give you is embrace multimedia assignments. Take note, resilience must be built into our educational system. So what we can do, of course, to be familiarized with different applications about doing or creating your course design. Because students who enrolled in a virtual courses usually are at least somewhat facile with technology. Saying professors should leverage that by allowing them to use digital tools for their assignments. Well, it's quicker to grade papers than to review student produce PowerPoint presentation or videos. A lot of students express themselves better that way. So, again, we need to consider the quality of our courses. Okay? Again, we need to provide an online support, student support, administration of online programs, blended learning programs, course design review, quality course teaching and instructional practice, digital courseware instructional practice, of course, because we do believe that teachers are becoming learning facilitators. Their role is shifting from instructing students to helping students construct their own learning. And that's it for today. Thank you very much. Good luck to each and everyone. If you have question, I think we may proceed to the question and answer portion. Thank you and God bless.